Okay, it's been about a year. Okay, now you're an Activision shareholder. You're sitting in on this video. This is very important to you because your money is invested into Activision. So you should be listening to this video. If you're the owner of Activision, you should be listening to this video. If you are the developers, you don't really matter. Anyways, those are the only people that need to be listening. The people at Activision and the shareholders of Activision, everybody else is irrelevant. And I'm going to go ahead and explain this to you. This is very important. A year ago, I did a video where we talked about how to defeat Call of Duty. I actually even gave my advice how to counter Respawn Entertainment's game a year ago in a video. It was valuable information. Now a year ago I was doing CEO work for Activision for free on YouTube. I was doing all the CEO work for basically Eric Heisberg, whatever. They didn't listen. And now Eric Heisberger, ever since, I don't know what his name is. His name is irrelevant because he's doing a terrible job at your company. But ever since Eric, I just don't know what his last name is. I don't care because, like I said, ever since Eric took over as CEO of Activision, guess what their performance has been? That's the leadership of Eric at Activision. So I try to give him some advice, and now we are to the point of no return for the Call of Duty franchise. Now let me tell you why Activision is completely clueless and following the advice of one developer at one company that's not even the CEO, and that one person is leading the CEO and Activision by their nose with his finger. Just and that's why Call of Duty's a failure right now. So, we're going to talk about Titanfall. What we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Activision shareholders. You don't know what's going on at your company. The CEO of your company, the owner of your company, doesn't know what's going on with Call of Duty. The CEO is completely clueless, has no contingency plan for Titanfall, underestimated their opponent, thus being destroyed at this moment in time, and everything else as to why Call of Duty is a dead franchise. And the only thing that's going on in Activision, I mean, clearly, if you want to stop the video right now, this is my suggestion at this point, is to cut Call of Duty right out of your, just basically fire Sledgehammer, fire Infinity Ward, fire Treyarch, just cut all the studios out of your rotation of making this game. Get out now while you can. Just concentrate on your Skylanders video and fire Eric Heisberger too while you're at it. That's what you should do right now today. Just cut the fat, call it quits, get out. But if you are in the long haul and you want to go down with your ship, at least listen to my free CEO advice to get you back on track. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about why your game's a failure at this point in time. Why your Skylander toys are keeping Call of Duty afloat. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but you keep pounding your head up against the wall. So I'm going to try to save you some money. So, right now, Titanfall, your biggest competitor. Last year I made a video, link in the description below. I said if you wanted to destroy Call of Duty, release the game in the second week of March. And they listened to my video, and now Call of Duty is reeling. And the reason why I did this was because I was tired of Call of Duty and Activision not understanding what is going on with their franchise. What was the problem? Instead, they just kept doing whatever. They were following the advice of one developer at one company without doing the research on their own. Basically, everybody just pushed off their work on one developer, and this guy's not even the CEO at this company. He's just a programmer or whatever, lead designer, head producer, whatever. He's the one that's running your company, Activision, on the Call of Duty side. Everybody is milking you investors. You Activision investors are getting milked right now. Your owner of Activision completely does not know what's going on. From CEO down in his business. Does not know what's going on. Does not know what's going on. You guys are getting taken to the hole and losing money on so many revenue streams. It's ridiculous. And we're going to get into all of that. All of it. You hire me? Boom! I'll work for half the money. I'll take stock dividends. I'll turn your company around. I'll make Call of Duty 24 million sold. I'll knock Titanfall out the box. I'll knock everybody out the box. I'm in the trenches. So let's go ahead and get forward. Let's move forward with this. Because I know what I'm talking about. I'm not wearing little tight, girly pants with alligator leather shoes and shininess. No, I'm in the trenches. You CEO? If you're the CEO, you should be playing your game every day. You should be in the trenches, eat, live that stuff. You're not doing that. Too busy flossing. Now your ass is showing. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Titanfall. Titanfall was released March 11th, based on my video, link description below. Was released on the second week of March, meaning that Call of Duty, your supposed Eric, CEO, the guy who plummeted your game relevancy on the internet world to zero, Call of Duty, he said that Call of Duty was going to go through a transition period through his earning reports. He said that console consolidation completely. What my interpretation to that to you shareholders is this: he has no clue of what's going to happen in the future about gaming. Therefore, he shouldn't be the CEO. So he said console consolidation. In 7 years of not listening, I beg to differ. Okay, so you sold out of 3.3 million units on Xbox One. You sold under 1 million units, about 0.8, 0.9 on the Xbox One. Okay? Titanfall was released on March 11th. You guys never ever broke 50,000 concurrent users on the Xbox One. I think you maybe broke it maybe like the first day or something like it came out. But you never reached that point. So it's out of sight, out of mind. If people are not playing your game, then you're irrelevant. If 1 million people buy your game, and you're talking about DLC and microtransactions, you're making your money on DLC and microtransactions because you're focusing on the 50,000 concurrent users, the 900,000 people who bought the Call of Duty. You're counting on those people for DLC and microtransactions. You're looking to them to generate revenue through the year. That's your goal, because that's how you make your money. After you sell the game, you keep making money from the game. Here's the problem. It's not console consolidation from Eric as he surmised. Titanfall was released last night at midnight. At the peak of release, your 50,000 concurrent users, your 900,000 people who bought the game, talking to you shareholders, there's a total of 8,000 people concurrently playing your game online right now. So, on the Xbox One, the next generation console, where everybody is moving on to the next game. 8,000 people are playing your game. Who are you going to sell DLC and microtransactions to? Now, what's even worse about this whole thing, and I'm going to get to it right now, is that the Xbox 360, March 25th, you drop Titanfall on the 360. Okay? March 28th. This is for you shareholders at Activision. If 900,000 people, just not even use a point, 900,000 people on the Xbox One have dropped down to 8,000 concurrent users, what do you think is going to happen when Titanfall, March 25th, when you have over 6 million people drop down to 25,000 concurrent users on a console that sold over 10 million units worldwide, drop down to 25,000 concurrent users. 25,000 people, DLC, microtransaction. And I'm giving you 100% of those people. I'm giving you 100% of those concurrent users who, and let me tell you something. Facebook didn't buy WhatsApp because of the amount of people who own their app. They bought them because the amount of concurrent users who are using their app every day. Comprende? So, 25,000 on the Xbox 360 concurrent users out of 10 million people, out of 6 million. I think Xbox has more than 10 million units out there, but 6 million people total on that. I think it's less than 6 million. I think the total was sold was 7 million. So I would say that's probably at 3 million. So 25,000 concurrent users. How many people do you think are going to buy DLC and microtransactions? Nobody. Nobody. You in essence, because of your CEO, didn't have a contingency plan for Titanfall, your revenue stream, as of March 11th, has basically dropped 75% or more. Guaranteed. You are no longer going to be making money on DLC. You're no longer going to be making money on microtransactions. And guess what? You got Infinity Ward, and you got all these other people that you have to pay, and so on and so forth to keep the servers and whatever else you got going on, you got to pay. You know what's even worse about this whole thing we're going to go back to? Let me tell you, Activision. Let me tell you, Activision shareholders. Let me go back to Titanfall, March 25th on the Xbox 360, right? Isn't that correct? When Titanfall drops on the Xbox 360, you guys are going to take what is called a fatal blow. Because here's what's going to happen. You have 900,000 units sold on the Xbox One. That's less than, I would say. All right, I'm gonna give you 1 million. How about that? We're just gonna give you 1 million. You got 1 million units sold. 1 million units sold on the Xbox One. Okay, we're gonna get to the point here. Just hold on. 1 million units sold on the Xbox One. March 25th, it drops for the Xbox 360. Call of Duty's, anytime your game is out of sight, out of mind, that's it. Once people get off the horse, once people stray away from your game, and this goes back to Eric's CEO for not having a contingency plan for Titanfall, and I did release a video stating what to do in March to counteract Titanfall's game, and they did not listen. Here let me reiterate it in a nutshell. I had said, make Call of Duty 4 HD Remix Take Call of Duty 4 style gameplay, put it in HD, take all the best maps from all the other games, have a vote on it, the best weapons, and you would have had HD Call of Duty Remix in March. It would have counterbalanced Titanfall. I made that video right after I made the other video, and I'll leave all those links in the description below. But they didn't listen. I'm giving you advice because I'm in the trenches every day. If I were the CEO, this is what I would be doing. I would live my job because that's what I love to do. So let's go back to the 1 million units sold on the Xbox One. 1 million units sold. For every unit sold, Activision, Xbox, whoever, it still amounts to the same number, whichever way you want to slice the pie. You, Activision, Xbox, whoever, are giving $1 back in Call of Duty Championships, COD Championships. And we're going to get into this next point of where the mistakes you're making. Call of Duty Championships. You're giving away $1 million. And you're featuring this championship on the Xbox One to promote your console. Okay? So, I don't know where the money is coming from, but I do know this. 1 million units sold, $1 million given away. Guess what? You're giving away $1 on every DVD that you sold to the public on Xbox One. I don't know what music artist, what person on this planet gets $1 for every CD sold. You know what that amounts to? A disaster, a flop. It's terrible. You people at Activision, shareholders, I'm telling you, you're getting milked. They're giving away $1 million out of 1 million units sold. Do you understand the amount of money that you're giving away to the portion of the community that is destroying your game the most? And we're going to go into this. Why this is such a why esports is terrible for first-person shooters. Let me, and this is for the Activision shareholders. Why esports is a disaster. Let me tell you right now why it's a disaster. And I didn't realize this until I played Titanfall last night. I was laying in bed and it just came to me like, bloop, God put it there. So, esports. Esports is good for some games. Don't get me wrong. Esports is good for games. It's good for some games. It's not good for all games. And let me tell you why esports is a terrible idea for first-person shooters. And now, if, you know, this is for you Activision shareholders. I don't care about anybody else. You're irrelevant. You're not going to make no decisions one way or the other. Maybe this is for Eric if you get to keep your job at Activision. I don't know how you would, but I would fire your ass out of a cannon after Titanfall was released. But anyways, why esports is a disaster for first-person shooters. Okay, so here is the problem. Call of Duty was a fun game. It's fun. People, when Call of Duty was at its prime, sold like 27, 25 million copies. You know why they sold 25, 27 million copies? Because it was fun. Infinity Ward didn't get involved with esports. Esports and Call of Duty was fine without the involvement of Activision. Now what's happened to this game? You've lost over 75% of the people who buy your game. And here's the reason why. Esports, and this is for you shareholders. You say that, let's say that it's not like football. It's not a spectator sport. It's none of the above, okay? What is happening is this. Activision is putting money into a portion of the community that is not having fun playing the game. So when you start to project a game where children have to play 70 hours a week and the same maps and a couple of weapons, the game is no longer fun anymore. You understand? The game is no longer fun anymore. They're playing 70 hours a week, and all that's doing is creating a bunch of people who want to be like these guys, but they can't. It's impossible. They don't have 70 hours in their life to give away to be like these people. So everybody is trying to be like them, but they can't. And so when they can't, it becomes hard. And when you say, I can't, then your game dies. Do you understand? I mean, that's as simple as I can put it. And the funny part about this whole thing for you Activision, your Activision, I'm lost. All your videos, all your commercials are towards middle-aged people. And then Activision goes and supports and gives $1 million to a bunch of kids who could play 70 hours a week, which turns the game into a terrible nightmare. It's not even fun anymore. The whole reason people play video games is to have fun. That's why they play video games. You understand? If Activision and you shareholders are in the business of making money, then why are you giving money away? You're basically making a platform for MLG TV to make money, for every team owner and sponsors that are into this make money, for everybody but yourself to make money. The people, and then I don't want to hear this excuse about, look at all the people that are watching it. Look at all the people that are talking about it. Newsflash, Activision shareholders. These people are what you call window shoppers. Window shoppers. You know what a window shopper is in the gaming world? It's a person that can't play 70 hours a week. They're never going to reach that goal. So basically what you're doing is dangling a carrot that they can never reach. And when you dangle a carrot to the crowd that you're catering to, 13 to 17 years old, a 13 to 17-year-old kid doesn't have the resolve as an adult to reach that carrot. And guess what happens? Titanfall releases in March. Bye-bye. And you know what you're stuck holding with? You know what Activision shareholders are stuck with? You're stuck with foot in the bill for MLG TV. You're stuck with foot in the bill for your design teams going through and changing the game specifically for them and then ruining it for the rest of the community that can never reach that carrot. Ever! Do you understand? You are hurting your own. You are shooting yourself in the foot with a MAC-10 machine gun. I don't know how much more plain I can make this. If you plan on making money off esports, then you better start hosting it yourself. You better start owning MLG TV. You better start owning the teams. You better start getting the revenue. You better start squeezing that turnip for all the blood that's left in it. You better own all those streams of revenue coming back to you. Because guess what? Those 13 or 17-year-olds, they left and went to Titanfall. They're gone. Your microtransaction DLCs have just fallen into the lap of EA and Titanfall. Because of one developer telling you that esports was the answer to revenue streams. Esports is minus the revenue stream to your video game. Minus. You're making everybody else rich on your expenses. You developed the game. It's your intellectual property. MLG, esports sponsors, Pizza Hut, they're all getting paid off of your game. Your studios do not represent getting nothing from it. Your shareholders get $0 from esports revenue stream. Those window shoppers, 13 and 17-year-olds, they don't have 70 hours a week to catch that fucking hard-ass carrot. Excuse my French, but you guys need to wake up over there. So, anyways, you want to rectify this problem, first thing you need to do is fire Eric Heisberger. You need to fire a lot of other developers that are with. You need to just basically eliminate Infinity Ward from the rotation of making Call of Duty. I would eliminate Treyarch as well. You're gonna have to clean house. You want to save Call of Duty, you're gonna have to clean house. Mark Lemia has no control at Treyarch. Infinity Ward is completely clueless, and I don't know what's going on at Sledgehammer. They might have a shot, but I don't know. Like I said in the beginning of my video, to save you all that trouble from the beginning, just get rid of the franchise, because you're just gonna be leaking, unless Sledgehammer does this. You're watching, Eric, you might be able to save your job at this point. I don't know, it might be too late. Sledgehammer has to, one, come out. Here's how you can save the Call of Duty franchise. Sledgehammer, if Sledgehammer comes out with the same old bullshit Call of Duty game with the same old graphics, forget it. Just end the video right here. Call down right now and tell them, look, stop production. But if Sledgehammer does an HD version with better graphics of Call of Duty 4, you need organic. You know what organic is? Like when I can see wet mud, water on the ground, leafy water droplets coming off trees. You need an organic, visceral experience. That means a new engine. You either have to invest in the Crytek engine because you're losing your ass right now, or you need to invest in the Unreal 4 engine. There's no other excuse about it. There's no we need to make our own source engine. No. You need to make Crytek or Unreal 4 or the new Capcom engine or the Snow engine. You need to get somebody's engine and pay them the money because you're losing money right now. So that's the first thing Sledgehammer needs to do. That's the very first thing. Second thing, you're gonna have to add some realism to them. You're gonna have to keep the bullshit out of the game. You do those two things, I think you have a chance. Now, in order to launch a counterattack on March, you're going to have to release another Call of Duty in March. That's the bottom line. In order to pull back your crowd of people, you need to launch another Call of Duty March 11th next year. So you need to launch November 11th, and you need to launch March 11th. You need to launch an arcade version, some version of an alternate version of Call of Duty. So maybe you probably should work on Call of Cops or Combat Duty. You know what I mean? Like Urban Combat. Urban Combat. Just call it Urban Combat and just make it a Call of Duty version of police versus criminals. You know, where, you know, maybe like a Mad Max / not Mad Max, but Snake Plissken. You know, you have to have something that people can latch onto it's real. You know what I mean? They have to feel it. And you have to do this. You have to release in November and you have to release in March. Because as it stands right now, you guys are under fire. You guys are under mad fire right now. And if you don't release in March and your game is half-assed in November, that's it. You guys are done completely. As it stands right now, you know, esports is a joke. There's no reason why you should be supporting revenue streams if you're an investor for Activision, you should be going to the Bobby Kotick and the CEO like, what the hell are you guys doing? What the hell are you guys doing? These guys are window shoppers. Nobody's got time to play 70 hours a week to be a pro Call of Duty player. You're giving carrots to kids they can't catch. They're not going to play the game. And on top of that, you're cutting yourself out of every single revenue stream supporting that bull crap. You're not getting part of MLG funds. You're giving all that money away. And you're like, well, what? Well, you're giving $1 away on every CD sold on Xbox One? Are you nuts? Anyways, you can't. The reason why Call of Duty is successful, go back to Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. You know why those games are successful? Because people are having this. Let me write it out so you can see it. F-U-N. Can you read? Or let me spell it out for you. F-U-N. $70 hours a week chasing the esports carrot. Not going to happen for a 13 and 17-year-old because that's what it takes to be a professional video game player. That esports is good for games that are not popular. And maybe that's what you think right now, that your game is not popular anymore. So, you're not doing your work. The CEO is not in the trenches. He's not willing to listen to people like myself to make the game better for the people who pay the bills. Instead, what do? You take the easy way out. You listen to one developer at one company, and you go to esports. Unobtainium! You see this little rock here? You're not getting it! That's my end of my discussion. I don't care what developer you are out there, first-person shooter, if you want your game to be number one in this industry, you want to make $1 billion, you call me. I will turn your game around overnight. Killzone, call me. Blacklight, call me. Call of Duty, call me. Any first-person shooter, call me. I got the formula right here. You know why? Because I've been gaming for 35 years. I'm in the trenches all day, every day. Gamer for life. I mean, if you're going to hire a CEO, you hire somebody who lives it, eats it, drinks it, breathes it, lives it, eats it, drinks it, breathes it, eats it, drinks it, lives it, breathes it. Why do you think Eminem's got like 50 Oscars, the only rapper in the history? Eats it, lives it, drinks it, sleeps it. You guys are hiring the wrong people, you shareholders. You shareholders, wake up. Have a meeting, fire that guy, drop that zero, get with this hero. I stole that from Vanilla Ice. It's true though, right? So anyways, let's go back to having fun. Stop having little kids chase esports carrots that they're never going to get. And then giving away all your money. I mean, it's a huge turnoff. Why do you think you lost 7 million subscribers from Modern Warfare 3 to Call of Duty Ghosts? A lot of people were expecting Infinity Ward to be Infinity Ward. Instead, they wound up being Treyarch/B. Anyways, that's my video. You want to get at me? You want to debate? I'll destroy anybody on any debate on any level. Nobody's getting rich off of esports but the people outside of Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. The game is Esports is terrible for first-person shooters. Look at history. Why do you think people go and take? Why do you think we study history? You know why we study history? Because guess what? History repeats itself. Halo died esports. Call of Duty died esports. I hope Titanfall doesn't make that mistake. Some games it's good for, not good for first-person shooters. You know why? Takes away this factor. FUN, baby. Till next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace! Call me.